So we're now approaching the end of the year, and you're now realizing that those goals that you set most likely won't happen. You're running out of time. But what if I were to tell you there's a way to do more in 12 weeks than others do in 12 months? It's called the 12-week year. It's a book that I've been hearing about all over social media, all over YouTube, and I decided to get my hands on it. And the things I've learned in this book are actually pretty impressive. So most of us have the idea of setting New Year's resolutions and then breaking those down into quarterly steps so you can accomplish those goals by the end of the year. But that's too slow of a process. Why not do it faster? Most companies always have their big run in the end of the year because they know they're running out of time and they want to make sure they accomplish all those annual goals that they set out in the beginning of the year. So they might do sales. You think about Black Friday sales or end of year sales or blockbuster deals, all these things that they do at the end of the year to make sure they hit that target. But what this book is teaching you is that you don't have to wait to the end of the year. You can do it now, because when you're thinking about a yearly goal, those first couple months, you're chilling. January, February, March, the urgency is not there. So you're not going as hard as you can. So actually, instead of having that mindset on 12 months, the mindset's on 12 weeks. So now each week is a month. Each day is a week. And now you're going a lot harder on this goal so you can actually get it accomplished instead of taking a full year of procrastinating and going at it with a little bit of effort instead of just going as hard as you can from the get-go. Because the people that actually set New Year's resolutions, only about 9% of them actually achieve that. 23% of people that actually set New Year's resolutions, they quit after that first week. And 43% quit after that first month. Not a lot of people actually get things done because they don't have the urgency to do it. You're all excited at the beginning of the year, but then you don't follow through because you think you have so much time. So the goal of this episode is to get that urgency in your mind to be able to think differently. Instead of thinking yearly, think of 12 weeks. You only have 12 weeks to accomplish these things you want to accomplish. And I'm going to break down everything that I learned in this book to help you have that mindset to do that. So before we actually break this book down, I want to first introduce myself. My name is Jelan Abrams, and this is the Unknown and Talented podcast. So the first thing you want to do is just change your mindset. Stop looking at the year as 12 months. Look at the year as 12 weeks. Be laser focused on these 12 weeks. And this is the only time you have to actually get stuff done, because this is going to force you to have that urgency to actually get it done. In 12 months, it's easy to forget about those things that you want. That's such a long time. And even close to the end of the year, you might not even want the same things you wanted in the beginning of the year. That's so much time. The weather's changing. You're going from, winter, you got spring, you got summer, you got fall. We have so many things going around. We're getting older. Other people are getting older. Things are happening. You might find out about a concert. There's so many things going on, so many distractions. You're going to forget about these goals you want at the end of the year. So basically close it in. Close everything that you're thinking of. You're thinking you might need this much time to figure it out. No, you don't need as much time as you think to figure it out. You want to just close it down to 12 weeks. Stay super focused in that 12 weeks because this is the only time you have to get things done. You're going to be so surprised at how much stuff you can actually get done if you stay laser focused for 12 weeks to be able to accomplish things. The next thing you want to focus on is your vision. You create things twice. You first create it mentally, then you create it visually. So what I want you to do is think of the life that you want. Think of the kind of car you want to drive, the amount of money you want to make. Really think about what kind of life that you want to have, because now when you're making a goal, you are thinking about these things, because it's extremely important to know what you're aiming for. Because if you want to stay focused in a 12-week period, you want to know what kind of life you want to have. You want to be able to visualize that life to make you know, this is why I'm gonna continue going. This is why I'm not going to quit, because this is what I want. I'm visually seeing it in my mind, and I want it to be visually seen when I'm actually opening my eyes and actually living. God's not going to give you a vision to do something and that you can't actually accomplish. It might not be easy. It might not be something that you can just get just like that. But the vision in your mind that it's possible, it's possible. You just have to be super focused to actually accomplish that. And now when you have that vision of the kind of life you want to have, you want to set goals that's going to make you be able to get that life that you have. So what I want you to do is to write out some goals. I'll say you can do 1 to 3. We're not going to be doing the 10 goals like we do for the year, because right now it's going to be 12 weeks. It's going to be a condensed time. So only 1 to 3. I don't want you to set too many goals and your attention is spread thin, because right now we have a condensed time. It's 12 weeks. We want to be laser focused in 1 to 3 things because we actually want to accomplish this. When you're setting goals for this 12-week year, it's not just to set it and say, man, hopefully this comes true. No, we want to actually accomplish it. And that's why we're breaking it down for such a small period of time, because you're going to be laser focused. So something like this can actually happen. And when you set this goal, make sure it's something that's not easy to achieve. Because if it's easy to achieve, you're not going to be able to get to the next level that you want. Because to get to that next level, it's going to be hard to get there. If you ever play video games, you know the boss at the end to get to the next level is going to be the toughest thing you need to go through to get there. In the beginning, oh yeah, it's easy. All of those people are easy. At the end, that boss, they don't want you to get to that next level. So that's what you have to do. You have to push yourself to the limit so you can get to where you want to get. So don't set anything easy. Make it hard, make it uncomfortable so you can actually push yourself, see what you're made of. See if you can actually do this. See if you can have that vision that you have in your mind come true. But the only way you can do that is by pushing yourself and setting that goal so you can be out of your comfort zone. And I'm even going to share what my goal is. My goal at the end of this 12 weeks is to have 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Right now, as I'm recording this, I have 1,080 subscribers. 5,000 is a big jump. I could have easily said 2,000 and just called it a day, but I needed to set something super extreme to be able to push myself. Am I going to achieve that goal? I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see how hard I can go in this 12 weeks, but I made sure to push myself to know that I can't have days off. I don't have time to chill. I don't got time. It's 12 weeks. It's super thin. So this is the same thing you want to do. Think of something crazy, but don't think it's impossible. 5,000 is not impossible. If this video right here that I'm recording, if this blows up, I can have 5,000 tomorrow. But I'm going to make sure I put this work in so this can actually happen. And when you set this goal, make sure you have this goal written down everywhere. You want to see this goal multiple times a day. Have it as your screensaver on your phone. Have it as your screensaver on your computer. Have it on a vision board in your room, on your refrigerator. You want to see this thing multiple times a day so you don't forget. So anytime you feel like procrastinating, you feel like doing something that's not going to be productive, you're going to see that goal. You're going to see that vision of the life that you have, and it's going to keep you straight into doing what you need to do. Because we're not doing this, like I said, we're not doing this just to procrastinate. We're doing this to be laser focused. So have that thing everywhere. Get shirts made that has your goals written down on it. Do everything you can because you're going to accomplish these things in 12 weeks. And also have the mindset and know that you can accomplish things. Things in your life that you went through, they were hard. When that professor gave you that big project and they wanted it done in 2 weeks, when you first got it, you was like, man, how are we going to do this in 2 weeks? But you got it done. If you're able to get it done for the professor, you're able to get it done for yourself. So right now, setting that goal, you might not have no idea how you're going to get there, but set it. Set it and actually do it. And also share your vision. Share your vision with somebody that you actually trust. That's going to help you stay accountable. Let them know what you're going to accomplish. And they're going to be on you. And you can't be afraid of them being on you because we want this to happen. This is something that you want. So you want to make sure that the world knows what you're going to do. And you're going to have to put that work in. So now that you actually have that vision, you have that goal you want, now it's time to make that plan. You might have no idea how you're going to get there, but this is how we're going to do it. You don't want to just jump into it and start taking action, because when you just start taking action, that's when it gets easy to quit. Because now when times get tough and you're not reaching those goals that you wanted to reach, now you're gonna be like, man, this ain't worth it. I don't feel like doing it. But if you actually make a game plan and you're just sticking to that game plan, it's gonna help you accomplish it, because you know you have to do these certain things to get there. If you want to lose that weight, you said you want to go to the gym 5 times a week and you didn't go to the gym 5 times a week. Get back in the mindset of, okay, I got to get to the gym 5 times a week to do this. Right? If you just start going to the gym, you're going to say, man, I don't see the results, I'm going to quit. Have that game plan. And now, when you have that game plan, now if you're sticking to that game plan, you can know if that game plan needs to be adjusted or if it's working. But having that plan helps you not to quit. So I just wanted to share what my plan is in this 12 weeks to get to 5,000 subscribers. Right now, I have a video dropping a week, and I have a YouTube short dropping every single day. So that's in total 8 videos that's basically dropping per week. So I have to do more, because that's the only way I'm going to get more subscribers, because it doesn't matter how good the video is. I need to put out more content so I have more eyes, more chances for more people to see me, more chances to get subscribers. So what I decided to do, instead of just doing 1 video a week, I'm going to do 3 long form videos a week. It's going to be hard. It's going to be extremely hard to actually think about 3 videos to do a week. And then also with the YouTube shorts, I'm going to be doing 3 a day. So this is going to be like a push. Like I said, it's going to be very hard. I'm going to have to really sit down with myself and figure out how I'm going to get these videos done, recorded, edited, and put out. I'm going to have to figure that out. But that's the plan that I made. So I'm going to start off with this plan. And if that doesn't work, I'll be able to change it later. But I'm going to start off with this plan and do it and stick to it to be able to get this goal that I want. So in the book, The 12-Week Year, they had different strategies to make sure that you actually accomplish the things you want to accomplish. So one of these strategies was to have time blocks. So what you'll do, you'll create time blocks in your week. So these time blocks will actually help you accomplish these things you want to accomplish. So the first type of time block is strategic blocks. This is 3 hours of uninterrupted time where it's just you and your goal. You have no phone, nobody's calling you, you're not on social media, you're just super focused. So you're going to have to find time where you're able to be by yourself and let people know this is a time that they can't contact you. Or just set your phone to do not disturb or airplane mode to even be better, so you can actually be focused in this time. Because this 3 hours is the time that you're going to use to get ahead. Or if you're behind, to get back on track for the week. So this is, like I said, it's time that's super focused, because a lot of times we use 3 hours just to watch a TV show or to watch a movie, and we're just using it and just burning our time. This time is going to be able to be super productive. So at this end of this 12 weeks, you actually accomplish something. So the next type of time block are buffer blocks. Buffer blocks are going to be 30 minutes a day where you're actually just getting things done that are just basically miscellaneous. That's like answering emails, responding to texts, calling people back, doing all these things that really don't add value to you, but they still need to get done. And the last type of time block is breakout blocks. So this is going to be 3 hours a day where you're just legit having fun. You're hanging out with your friends, you're watching your Netflix, you're scrolling, pretty much whatever you want to do. This is the time you actually do it. Because without actually having fun, you're not going to be able to accomplish anything, because being super strict on everything you have to do, now you're going to get stressed out. You need a time to relax, a time to chill, a time to decompress. So this is your time. But when you actually do these 3 hours, make sure it's scheduled time. Let's say you want to do an hour, hour sessions or something like that. You can do it like that. Or if you want to just do it 3 hours straight, you can do it like that as well. But I don't want y'all to get in the habit of doing it, and then you're not actually, productive after that. That 3 hours turns to 5 hours or 6 hours because you're not actually having it scheduled, or you just don't feel like doing what you need to be doing. Okay, now I'm gonna take a break. No, you want to make sure that it's scheduled, because your entire life you've been on a schedule. You've been on a schedule when you was a baby. They put you on a eating schedule, a sleeping schedule. When you got to school, you was on a schedule. Now you're at work, you're on a schedule. So every part of your life, you are on a schedule. So now when you actually making this plan to be successful, you need to be on a schedule as well. Any schedule you was on will end up being successful. So you have to put yourself on a schedule, because we want these goals to end up being successful. And the next you want to do after you have your time block set is you want to actually keep the score. So if you think about watching your favorite team, you know exactly when they're doing good and you know exactly when they're doing bad. If they're down by 20 in the fourth quarter, you realize they're doing bad. If they have a 1-5 record, you realize that they're doing bad. So that's the same thing you want to do for yourself. You want to keep the score. So after a week, you actually sticking to your plan and you realize that you're not moving anywhere, it's time to adjust. But you don't actually adjust until you keep to the plan. So if you do a week full of exactly what you said you're supposed to be doing and then nothing changed, then you need to change your plan. You want to adjust it, because we want these things to actually come true. So we just can't be doing it and saying, oh, this is not working, I'm gonna keep doing it. No, you have to change. You have to review. You have to actually study. These are the same things that a good team will do. At halftime, if you're down by 20 and then you ended the game, you end up winning, it was an adjustment that was made. Good teams adjust. Good coaches adjust. Good players adjust. So just taking the same idea of that sports team or that player that you like that's going to adjust, that's what you want to do in your own life. You want to actually adjust. If you see it's not working out, you see you down by 30, you're going to have to adjust. You're going to have to do something different. So that's why it's so important to actually stick to that game plan. Because you start off the game and you ended up not doing that game plan. Now you're in the second half and you're down. You can't change the plan now because you never stuck with it. Stick with your plan that you made in the beginning. You made that plan when your feelings weren't involved. When you start going into it and you realize that this is too hard, now you're going to start trying to change it up because your feelings are involved. Don't think about your feelings. When you made the plan, your feelings weren't involved. And this is when you were logical with what you were doing. When you're actually going through it, it's hard to stay logical. You start getting emotional and start following your emotions. Don't follow your emotions. Follow the plan. The plan is going to get you where you want to be, but don't let your emotions affect that and stop you from doing what you said you was going to do. And while you're keeping the score, make sure you're also keeping track of how much time you're using to do these things, because greatness is going to require more time. If you're not in control of your time, you're not in control of your results. So really be focused on where you're spending your time, how much time you're using to do a certain activity, and see what time is being wasted. A thing that I do, I always look at my screen time to see how much time I wasted in a day. How much time was I on Instagram? How much time was I on TikTok? How much time was I on YouTube? How much time was I in my email? How much time was I using on these things that I could have been productive? You'll be really surprised how much time you're actually using on something that's not helping you at all. I've seen I'm on Instagram for an hour and a half in a day. I'm like, that's an hour and a half I could have been productive. Like, that's an hour and a half that I needed. We only have 12 weeks. We only have 12 weeks. Every single day is an important day. So if you're using an hour and a half per day on Instagram and then probably another hour and a half on TikTok, that's 3 hours of your day that you could have been using on something productive, but you ended up using on something that wasn't productive. So just really take into account how much time you're spending on things that are not going to actually help you with that end result. Things that are not going to help you get that goal that you need to get to at the end of this 12 weeks. And lastly, I want you to understand that change is not easy. If this was easy, you would have been able to get that life you wanted. That vision that you had, that would have been happened if change was easy. But change is not easy. So the book also breaks down 5 different levels of change. which I thought was really cool. So I'm going to actually break it down for you. So the first level of change is uninformed optimism. This is when we're planning. This is when we're having that vision of what we actually want. This is when we're excited because we're looking at that Lambo that we want. We're looking at that BMW, that mansion, that family, visualizing our wife. We're visualizing our kids. We're visualizing the money in our account. We're visualizing everything that we can possibly achieve. And we're excited. This is when we're like, man, this work that I'm about to put in this 12 weeks, I'm about to be popping after this. I'm about to really change my life. This is the exciting phase. This is the phase that people love to be in because they're just planning. They're a planner and they're excited. This is that first stage of change. This is before you do anything. It's uninformed optimism because you don't know what's going to happen next, but you're optimistic. And the second level of change is informed pessimism. This is when you actually find out it's a lot harder than you thought. That excitement that you had in the beginning of, man, I can't wait for my life to change. I'm about to go so hard. You realize that it's harder than you thought. It's not going to be that easy. You realize that the amount of work you've been putting in, the planning that you've done is not good enough. And now you got to go harder. You made a plan that you wanted to go to the gym 3 times a week. And now you realize you have to go 5. You decided to cut out ice cream, to cut out cake. Now you realize that broccoli don't really taste good. Spinach don't taste good. Carrots don't taste good. All that stuff don't taste good. And you miss all those desserts that you had. You realizing that it's not as easy as you thought. And you're really close to that edge of quitting. And this is where you get to the third stage, the valley of despair. This is where most people quit. This is when you're extremely uncomfortable. Your body hurts. You're tired. You're crying. You're emotional because all the work you put in is not enough. And you don't feel like doing this. You don't feel like waking up every day at 4:30 to reach your goals. You don't feel like that's good. You think about you look at your old life and you realize it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad being a couch potato. I felt comfortable. I was good. I don't want to do this anymore. And you quit. And you stop doing it. This is where most people stop in January when they had a goal for the end of the year. Because instead of actually having this thing down to 12 weeks, they said 12 months. And they said they'd rather choose comfort than actually accomplishing things. Is that what you're going to do? When things get tough to quit, that's the choice you have in the valley of despair. You can quit. And the crazy thing about this, most people quit right here and they go right back to uninformed optimism. Now they're excited again because they're replanning on everything they want to accomplish and all these goals. And the cycle just goes over and over and over again. They get right back to the part where they want to quit. And now they're excited again because they're back to the planning stage. You quitting, planning, never accomplishing anything. And that's a dangerous spot to be in because you're always going to be working for something, but never accomplishing anything because you're always going to quit. But if you don't quit, then you get to the informed optimism. This is when you realize that you can do it. The habit of waking up at 4:30 in the morning wasn't that bad. Working out 5 times a week wasn't that bad. Broccoli actually probably tastes good now. Spinach tastes good. You don't mind drinking water all day. All these things that you thought were super uncomfortable is now part of your everyday life. And now you're just going through these motions to make sure you get those goals and aspirations that you set out in the beginning of this 12 weeks. This is the most important time right here. This is when you actually achieve what you set out to do. You stuck it out. You passed that point of quitting and you're here. Now, the only thing you have to do is finish this and get to the last level. And the last level is success and fulfillment. You did it. You achieved everything you set out to achieve. That's the beautiful thing of the 12-week year, is that you have a super small section of time to go through all those 5 levels of change. When you get to the end, you actually accomplish it, you take a break. You take like 3 days off. Let's say it's a 3-day weekend and you just chill. And now you get right back into the 12-week year. You're going to be so amazed how much stuff actually happened because you were super focused. You went past quitting and you did it. So the 12-week year was an amazing book. It really changed my mindset and I'm on my journey to get my goals done in 12 weeks. Hopefully this inspired you and motivated you to do the same thing. And if it did, leave in the comments what you're going to do. What's your 12 weeks going to look like? What's your 12-week plan and how you're going to accomplish them? And good luck. It's going to be hard, but make sure you get past that valley of despair. That's going to be the most important thing to get past. Once I get past that valley of despair, it's a home run after that. All right. So hopefully this actually helped y'all out, helped you change your mindset and making you actually be more urgent on your goals, because it's definitely going to help me out. So again, my name is Jelan Abrams. This is the Unknown and Talented podcast. Make sure y'all like this video, leave a comment, share it, do this 12-week plan with a friend. Keep yourself accountable so y'all can actually get stuff done. And man, I can't wait to see what you actually do in this 12 weeks. But that's my time. I'm gonna see y'all next week. Unknown and Talented, we out.